Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your 2022 Oakland mayoral candidate. And this is a special for Oakland News Now, Zinni 62 Media. I have failed to gather 50 nomination signatures on the petition. And Wednesday's the last day. I had all my volunteers turn in the paperwork. Only one volunteer has not turned in the paperwork, so those I don't know if I'm going to see them or not, but those are now lost nominations, and so I'm over 20 short of qualifying at the minimum 50, and nowhere near the 100 that the city clerk suggests that be turned in. And only thing I could say is that this is not unexpected. I expected this to be one of the most difficult hurdles that I would encounter during the Oakland mayoral process. And Oakland is well known for being a city of dirty politics. And when I lived in District 4, I even had a racist city council member at the helm at that time. And that person would not answer any of my calls, would not meet with me, but yet things were being done that was detrimental to the neighborhood, and they still move forward. And so Oakland has historically elected the stupidest people to lead the city, and you know, we have examples, you know, the outgoing example of harm here in Oakland with tremendous amount of homelessness, nearing 8,000 people that are homeless here in Oakland. We have an affordable housing situation that is now made worse with higher interest rates for home mortgages, and the home purchases have really cooled off drastically, and so prices are coming down. We're about to see an economic stagnation at the very least. I've been through many of these situations, these recessions, and I'll call it that, a recession. It's the worst one that I went through was during the 70s into the 80s, and in mid 80s, because of poor U.S. Treasury policies and skyrocketing interest rates, I ended up filing for bankruptcy when I was 26, and I was stuck with a home that even though I was in the home and under a 5-year purchase, I could not refinance that home when the balloon payment came due in 4 years, and so I would have lost the home to foreclosure. And that's the kind of situation we're seeing with the housing market right now, where value is too high, and there is literally a reorganization and a redistribution of wealth going on, and it's just getting started here in Oakland. So anyway, I just want to say I'm not disappointed. This is not unexpected that I did not achieve the 50 signatures needed to get on the ballot. However, I still am a write-in candidate, so if you still want to support me in November, you can write my name in on the mayor's section. So thanks for joining me today. Thank you for all your support. I'll still be running here, and I'll still be attending the meet and greets that are still inviting me, we'll say. And next one is September 29th here in East Oakland at Castlemont High School in the auditorium. So as far as I know, I'm still on the list to be there, along with all of the other candidates and a lot of those who also did not qualify, because this is one of the qualification periods that really removes a lot of candidates. And essentially, if you become a write-in, you have a dead candidacy because likelihood of you winning is slim and none. It has happened before, but it's not likely. And especially with the dirty politics that exists here in Oakland. And my question is, you have 3 city council members vying for the top position here in Oakland. Based upon their performance, their civil rights violations of the residents of Oakland, plus poor policies that not only created a situation for massive homelessness, but these policies increased homelessness by 24% between 2019 and 2022. That's a tremendous amount of growth, and that's with programs by the state and local government. So I ask you again, why would you want to elect people that make poor decisions, especially from this city council? They need to justify what they've done. And last week, they just paid out $250,000 to my friend Nita B, who leads a 501c3 that represents several homeless camps here in Oakland. And so because of those civil rights violations, they did not want that case to advance to the court hearing, which was up on the calendar. They decided to settle out of court. They paid to Nita B's agency, which also oversees all of the complainants in that lawsuit, all the plaintiffs, the victims. And so she'll get the money from the City of Oakland City Council. It was the entire City Council that is also running for Oakland Mayor that okayed those funds. And they were also responsible for these sweeps, these illegal sweeps that violated people's constitutional rights of search and seizure and the Fifth Amendment, right to incrimination, their First Amendment rights, which we all know First Amendment. So there were a lot of violations that the city was guilty of, and they did not want that to get out. And it was these 3 specific city council members that caused that. And they were the ones that voted in the disastrous EMP. And just when the first take on that, it had homelessness had increased 22% year over year. And then the official pit count, which happened earlier this year, which is a point in time, and this is done by the federal government and the county, and it grew 24%. So why would you want to elect people that have poor decision skills into the mayor's office? Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.